welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do with this stale bread that you got at home.
So I got this baguette 5 days ago and I hope that that already counts as a stale bread. And the first dish that I'm going to show you is actually a sweet treat and it's called Kirchenmichel. Kirchenmichel is a traditional dessert of German cuisine and it comes from south of Germany. And it's very similar to bread and butter pudding or bread pudding. The main ingredient of this dessert is a dough that is made from a bread which is few days old. Usually we use white bread for this. The bread is cut into slices and then covered with a mixture of milk, sugar and vanilla sugar. Those are warmed up and then the mixture is poured all over the bread and left so the bread can soak it. In a separate bowl, I am mixing butter that has room temperature with some sugar, salt and cinnamon. I mix it using a whisk for a few minutes and then I pour this mixture into the bowl with bread. Then I mix all of it together very carefully so the bread doesn't break. Looks pretty messy, but it's gonna be so delicious. So now it's the time to assemble this dessert. So I'm putting one layer of bread and I'm adding a few spoons of the sour cherries. If you have a fresh cherries, those are much better to use. In Germany, for fresh cherries, we're gonna have to wait at least a month. Then I'm putting the rest of the bread and the rest of sour cherries again on the top. Cover the whole thing with some almonds. Those give the dessert a bit of crunch. And I bake it in the oven for 45 minutes. This is how it looks like when it's ready. I'm also gonna put some powdered sugar on the top and then I'm gonna caramelize the whole thing. And obviously do that in the oven using the grill function if you like. And ta-da! The nuts are a bit toasted. I love this dessert because it's very fresh. In Germany we serve it with a vanilla sauce or ice cream or both. The next popular dish to make from the stale bread is obviously a Semmelknödel. For this I'm using a bread that is cut into small pieces, parsley, fried onion and egg, and then I shape the small dumplings. This is actually so easy and quick to make. Easier and quicker than a potato dumplings. And then the only thing left to do is to cook them or actually simmer them in a salty water and they're ready. Those are served with a different kind of meat. On the screen right now you can see the footage from Berchtesgaden that we filmed 2 years ago and those were served with a pork roast. Also in Berchtesgaden I had the dumplings fried with some broccoli and mushrooms and this was served with a goat cheese on the top. That was actually a very interesting combination and I loved it. In Austria, they do bread dumplings mixed with bacon cubes. Those were served with a sauce and amazing sauerkraut. On my blog, you can actually find the recipe how to make those. I will put the link to it in the description box down below. Also to this amazing spinach dumplings that are served with butter and cheese on the top. The next dish that I'm going to show you comes actually already from the Roman times and it's called Ritter or French toast. Those are made from sliced white bread that is soaked in a mixture of milk, egg. Oops, that wasn't such a good idea. You really don't want to know how my kitchen looks like when I cook. As well as cinnamon. I could have added sugar, but I didn't want it to be very sweet because I knew already that I'm gonna serve it with a vanilla sauce, so I skipped it. And then the whole thing is mixed with a fork. The breads are soaked in the mixture, then fried in butter over medium heat from both sides. Oh my goodness, look how incredible they look like already, and this is how they look like with a vanilla sauce.
And of course, you can also make those with a toast bread.
And this dish that I'm gonna show you is made from the Mischbrot, so the mixture of the rye and wheat bread. This dish, I'm gonna use 2 slices of it. I'm gonna cut them into smaller cubes. And now you are almost done. Because at this point it's already a time to assemble the dish. So in the bowl you put the cubes of bread, then you put around 10 grams of butter. Then I also add a bit of garlic. This is actually how my grandma made it. Then I'm gonna put also a bit of fried onion and then pour water or broth all over it. And your dinner is ready, and it's called bread soup. And if you have only just small amount of bread left, I would soak it in water, buy some minced meat and make some German Frikadellen. To make German Frikadellen, I would advise you to fry the onion first, unless you like the chunks of the raw onion in your meat. I don't. You want to make it ahead of time, so the onion is cold when you add it to the meat. Then we're gonna need 2 bread rolls and make sure that you squeeze out the water, otherwise the bowl's not gonna hold. Then you can add the cold fried onions and the egg, some spices like salt, pepper, and of course obligatory is the paprika powder, and at least a good tablespoon of mustard. Then the whole thing is mixed together and shaped into medium large balls. For frying I use vegetable oil, because to fry those we're gonna use medium-high heat. Then those are fried for a few minutes from the both sides. This is how they look like when they are ready. You can eat your frikadellen simply with bread and mustard, but my favorite way is to eat them with mashed potatoes. But of course, don't forget the mustard, the most used condiment in the German cuisine.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future videos like this. If you also do have some tips on your sleeve what to do with a stale bread, please share those in the comments down below. So please stay safe and healthy. Bye!